Well, the last Electric Callboy song that came out, Andy and I got to do a first time listen through and analysis together, so I felt it only fitting to have Andy back for the next Electric Callboy song, Elevator Operator.
You heard about a man, the lift controller, the lever king, I told you. Hop in and let the journey begin.
Shake a shiny place, let you someone for outer space, so full of space, I just wanna get it.
Ooh, let's talk about that that rangy thing that just happened there. Listening again?
Let you someone for outer space, so full of space, I just wanna get it.
What is he doing?
Wow. I mean, if I can let me try to, so, right,
Right.
That's what I think. So I was staying in my upper constriction fry register there. But I know that Kevin has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and he's able to make certain things sound like other things.
Let you someone for outer space, so full of space, I just wanna get it.
It almost sounds like a witchy thing, like, ah!
And also, you've got Nico doing vocals as well.
Sure.
So you often don't know who's doing what, but it could be, face is full of bass, which is more false chord,
Yeah.
and then, really nasally and throaty fry.
Let you someone for outer space, so full of space, I just wanna get it.
I think your analysis of it's pretty close, but I do hear some of that like witchy kind of cry, sort of dying cat, almost like that. Ah! I mean, that's a bad example of it.
Yeah.
And down, we're moving on around, we're going up and down, we're moving on around.
Now that pitch basis up was totally a mouth shape thing, which you don't see as much in a video where they're acting, they're miming what they're doing.
Yeah.
But that was a big mouth shape change there. That's what got us that sheenier, higher end scream there.
Right.
Going up and down, we're moving on around.
I wanna show you my world, where the beat goes up and down.
What is this?
It's awesome is what it is.
I've never had an elevator operator like that.
I want
I
to.
don't think I've had an elevator operator ever.
Elevator operator.
Those are some neat textures there. I
Yeah.
wonder if they're using some kind of vocoder or...
Up and down, let me open the door. Elevator operator.
Elevator. It's awesome.
Yeah, elevator. And there's there's vocoder effects happening. It's very classic for them.
Right, you can actually hear them playing those vocal samples there.
Oh, look at that screenshot.
So there was...
baby!
Yeah, that sounded like an extreme upper constricted head voice based fry scream like you normally do, didn't it?
Right, yeah, I would approach that. Yeah! Is where it's coming from.
Yeah, listen to it
fucking
again.
sweet.
There's absolutely that note in there, right? Get us
Yeah,
there.
but it's just so dirtied up. So the way I would approach it, right? Is the foundation, but it's so dirtied up that you can't hear it anymore. Just and also mouth shape, like you were saying, huge part of this. If I tried to do that like with a closed mouth shape, like it would
totally
sound
different sound.
totally different. So I think is a great way to find these pitches. Yeah.
Bringing it up into your nose too, I think, is a helpful.
Yes, super. I like to call that the SpongeBob voice, right? Okay. Hey, Patrick, we're up here, and then all of a sudden we're going, Yeah, that's the word of the day.
If you'd like to go deeper with creating some of these textures and tonalities in your own voice, inspired by Electric Callboy, Andy teaches this stuff and does it day in and day out, both live and in the studio. Click the link below in the pinned comment or video description and start by joining his free course.
Monumental vocal warm-ups with Andy Cizik. Check it out. Me too.
Forget about that. Heads up in the sky, and we keep getting high. And let you down in this level that you cannot deny.
We're growing light, keep shining bright. I cannot wait to get inside. Still out of sight, when we wanna go up and down. We're moving on around, we're going up and down. We're moving on around.
Ooh, do the moving all around for us.
Oh, let me hear that again one more time.
Out of sight, when we wanna go up and down. We're moving on around, we're going up and down. We're moving on around.
Yeah, so I would, we're moving all around. It's kind of a blend, you start out very kind of chesty, but still kind of fry-y. It's like sort of in the middle.
Yeah.
Of the placement, so if you're going high and low, it's kind of in the middle, then you raise it up.
Totally.
And if I take the scream out, it's kind of in the middle, then you raise is basically, that's behind the scream.
That and mouth shape at the same time, coordinating
course.
those two things or bringing it together.
Yeah, I want to make sure that there's no discrepancies about that. When you want to go high, you widen and expand the mouth shape.
Right.
And then low, you got this going on.
So, the other thing I noticed in that last section, maybe it was happening earlier, but there's these layered and various pitches in the layers of the screams. It's not just your center guy doing something. There's all sorts of things going on in the stereo spectrum here.
Growing light, keep shining bright. I cannot wait to get inside. Still out of sight, when we wanna go up and
There's at least the center guy and a guy on either side that is there. That's varying the texture slightly.
Yeah.
Which is happening here too. I mean, you've got this guy down here talking on the very low, low airflow fry, and then
Yeah.
we're growing light.
wait, hold on.
Be with them. Forget about that. Heads up in the sky, and we keep getting high.
And we keep getting high, and we keep getting high.
Yeah.
We've got all this
Hands
stuff.
up in the sky, and we keep getting high. I think the name of the game is about this sort of music, this electric sound, is the layering and the processing and just making everything really tight and vocal lined. You know what I mean?
Vocal
And just have
line,
it-
right? So they're doing a lot of post editing to make sure that these things sound like they're part of the main line as opposed to necessarily a gangy sound. Although here, it's intentionally a gangy sound.
Forget about that.
Right here.
Heads up in the sky, and we keep getting high. And let you down in this level that you cannot deny.
I mean, they want that timing wise, it's super tight, but they do want you to hear all those different pitches.
Well, what I'm hearing is two takes of the same low, low, low talking left and right, and then up in the sky. That's in the middle. So if you're mixing this, you'd have the main just right front and center in the middle, and then you got two takes of the same low octave, and it creates this really nice wide, gangy sound like you were talking about.
But then when they go to the screams, it's like they've really ratcheted down, like you said, the vocal line, and let's make it wider, but let's not create the illusion of it being multiple performances. Let's make it one performance that's enhanced by these layers.
Yeah, nice and unified.
Growing light, keep shining bright. I cannot wait to get inside. Still out of sight, when we wanna go up and down. We're moving on around, we're going up and down. We're moving on around.
I wanna show you my world, where the beat goes up and down. Let me open the door. Elevator operator.
That video sequence is just so incredibly
Dude,
absurd.
I love it. It just makes me happy to listen and watch.
Where the beat goes up and down. Let me open the door.
up, down, down. Again, that scream is just so wonderfully placed.
Let's go!
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's a kind of a cool, like, they've just gone up, 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 up in the elevator, and then they have Kevin screaming, "I just want to go down." Mm-hmm. But they're partying. They're partying like
so
crazy. There's this like strange irony in the way that they've like he's finally gotten up, and he's where that they were going, but now he just wants to go down. What?
Yeah. Yeah. And so do I. I want to go wherever they're going, man. This is the most fun anyone can have. It's what I'm seeing.
Cool use of the ping pong delay there.
Yep. Elevator music. Oh my God, bro, that's so sick. It's elevator music, right? That's what they call it, elevator music,
right?
Just for a second, and then they're. I need to hear it. Let's just listen.
Oh wait.
Oh my God.
So there was Kevin doing a little bit of that like beefy chest voice and then abandoning that sort of thing, and that was neat to hear.
You know what I noticed actually?
What's that?
Too, it's that there's a contrast of faces that you make, you know, to do these screams, and it's like it literally is like SpongeBob and Patrick, like the SpongeBob contrast, you know, is in SpongeBob mode, and then pop it down. You know, I'm literally like doing this as my voice. Right. Yeah, so thanks, SpongeBob, for inadvertently making the best contrast analogy of voices. Also, they are geniuses. This song rules.
So that's kind of the inverse of what, you know, you and I have talked about Mitch Lucker doing in the past, right? Like Mitch will come from above into his scream. He'll descend from that head voicey space, and then Kevin is doing this. It's like it's all chest, even though it's an upper constricted sort of feel. Oh no, I actually hear head voice in there. Never mind.
Yeah. And here's the other thing, by the way. I just want to get this out of the way. We might save a few hundred comments. A lot of diehard fans, they know exactly when it's Kevin and when it's Nico.
Sure.
They're so good at complimenting each other that it's often hard to tell who's who.
Yeah.
So apologies
when we get this wrong.
Yeah. And shout out to Kevin and Nico. You guys are badass.
Yeah, I totally hear the head voice entrance there again, like you've talked about before. Can you give us a couple more of those? Like a beefy, lower sounding scream, but when it's a head voice sound?
Yeah, so I want to hear you say! I want to hear you say! I'm literally doing this.
Uh-huh.
So that's still what I'd call fry. But it's not coming from up here!
Right.
It's coming from so I'm still like sort of in a mixed falsetto head chest thing. You know, I'm not like, but I want to hear you say, I want to hear you say. And then again with the mouth shape, to get that lower pitch or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or adversely, you could do it, I want to hear you say, in full chesty false chord growl. So it really just depends on what kind of flavor you want.
And I don't hear that layer in there, but it's interesting that you're getting the same pitch basis with the two different techniques.
Yeah, and I think that sort of it expresses this idea that I think is important, which is it doesn't necessarily matter like what type of scream it is, because like in the mix, you know, you just want it to sound the way you want it to sound.
Sure.
So whether he's going raw or raw, you know, it's sick. So whatever works for you.
Yeah. Can we just talk real quick about the catchiness of the melody and the infiltration of pop sense into every song?
It is a given that these guys are going to nail that catchy, earwormy, dancey, just amazing chorus that it's just so fun, man. I think a lot of times you get wrapped up in, oh, this isn't metal, or this is metal, or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's just like, dude, it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's dynamic. I love it. I mean, they are just doing their own thing, and it kicks ass. I'm having a lot of fun just listening. Also, let me just say, I think I hear a good bit of like overdrive effect on that scream.
Totally.
So it's a little bit of artificial distortion as well, you know. Yeah, and then you take that and you sort of add a bit of post studio flavor, and it gives it that sort of that distorted wall sound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gluing it into the front of the mix, and it sounds drier almost because of that added distortion in post.
Yeah, and then at the tail end, you've got the record slowdown effect, you know, also in post, and then cutting that like effect up.
Is it a slowdown too, or is it? Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't hear it that way.
Or he could be going, yeah. You manually. Hard to tell. You know, it could be digital, it could be authentic. But either way, it's sick.
Now that you say it, I got to listen to that again and see if.
Mm-hmm.
I hear it as a digital manipulation.
Who knows? You know, it's a mystery.
If anybody knows, tell us.
Yeah. Get back to me.
Oh.
Lovely ending. Nice layer at the end. The singing, the screaming.
They went a little too high.
Oops. Just exploding out of the skyscraper. The sky is not the limit. I loved that. That was excellent.
Well, that was really fun. I felt like I got a new perspective as to the range of each of these vocalists. I hadn't really heard in any other Electric Callboy song up to this point that much variance in the screaming technique. Mm-hmm. And this was a new one. And thank you for breaking those down and taking your best guess and doing the demonstrations to make things a little bit more understandable and digestible.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. What I really admire about the performance vocally of this band is that they've got two amazing singers that are able to complement each other and fill in those gaps and just make it a super fluid and epic experience.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to go deeper with Andy, figuring out how to put some of these different textures and tonalities in your voice, singing and screaming, start by joining the free course linked in the video description or pinned comment. And be sure to check out the other Electric Callboy analysis video that we did a little while ago together.